Good morning. Sam. All this... Ready? I should.
Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops calling hope. Hope. Hey. Good morning. Hey.
Do this.
Process now complete. Drawbridge credentials verified. Welcome, Sam.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds. Now displaying your current porter.
Order completed. Well done.
Here, sit down. This is just wonderful. I can see the love and care you put into your craft. There's no denying you're incredible. I'd like you to put this shelter on the chiral network.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
And not accordingly, I was able to analyze the car. Seems it was developed with the aid of an unknown technology. From what I can tell, it reacts to chiral radiation. The reason I mention it is because the chiral radiation it generates can pass. Practically speaking, this means you can incapacitate. It should also deal damage to BTs and mechs as well. You can't use it without anchoring it to the gotta think. You know, even I've heard stories about. So if the chiral shock cannon helps you stop him, and if you can deliver my research to, there's a lot of other folks. If you bring them onto the chiral network. I came here with the advance expedition, actually. Tagged along with this one researcher. I guess you could say we were like mentor and student. Can't go anywhere without tripping over stranded cargo in these parts. The stuff we found was like nothing we'd ever seen before. So, when my mentor was about to leave for South, I thought that if I got this place on the chiral network, moving forward, I expect that my efficiency will increase. Well, I'm familiar. He's researching potential applications of the stuff as a healing agent, while his specialty is medicine. If all that sounds interesting, however, it doesn't seem like he's posted it. So I'd say your best bet is to find cargo that didn't. It's entirely possible he might be able to offer you things neither. It fires a focused bolt of chiral radiation. Packs a powerful punch. It's also great against mechs. Even the one... Hell, this spectrum of chiral radiation is also proven to be effective. Its size does make it a touch unwieldy, but if you can get South Fort Knot onto the chiral network, they've got some quality facilities of their own, you know. Thanks again. You've been a bit... I'm still concerned about the armed survivalists to the south of here, not to mention Higgs and his future. So I'll be rooting for you to keep on doing what you can. I don't know if I can come up with anything else. Your support would be Anyway, I'm prepping some Be warned that this cargo can explode. So if and when you... Good luck with everything. I'll see you around.
Sam, once again, I'm contacting you via our... I'll get to the point. Has Charlie ever... I ask, because his credibility, as routinely calculated by APAS, appears to have dropped sharply. Despite attempting to confirm his credentials via the UCA's National ID Registry, it may well be the case that he does not even exist. I can only hope that my suspicion... For now, Sam, proceed to South Fort Knot and put it on the... It is imperative that we improve the DHV Magellan's capabilities to better contend with Higgs and his forces. And the sooner we connect all of Australia to the network, the better. When you are ready to proceed, you can pick up your next main order from the delivery terminal at this facility.
Order completed. Well done.
Unable to obtain additional data from the DHV Magellan. Updating information with data from within chiral network.
Order accepted.
Feels good.
Thank you.
creation. Delivery. Commencing route creation. Delivery route.
Done and dusted.
Now leaving chiral network coverage.
this away.
The silent, faulty feeling. The silent fault. The silent, faulty feeling. The silent fault. I sigh and fall to the ceiling. I sigh and run to the kneeling. A silence for the feeling. Ran out of all the meaning. I ran out of. It's hard to fall believing. It's hard to fall. So many men are losing.
Good morning to you. Drawbridge credentials verified. Welcome, Sam.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Decontamination in progress. No anomalies detected. Welcome, Sam.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Order completed. Well done.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Order completed. Well,
At one. No damage to speak of. Thank you for transporting my cargo with care. I'm on the cusp of a breakthrough, thanks to you. Let's both continue to give it our all. Go ahead and connect your Cupid.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
On the network, and this should enable me to increase the... As for the cargo you brought me, I applied a few finishing touches, and voila! I can now share... It is a devastatingly powerful weapon that can be mapped. You'll find it deals unparalleled damage, which might come in handy, since it's not just armed survivalists that have been... It's hard to say, but Higgs... So that's all the more reason to have weapons. Ideally, this cannon would only... Unfortunately, though, such firepower is more... In addition, I'm happy to share some new pickup... You can swap them in and out as you like when... I highly recommend using... It fires chiral particles at an extremely high velocity. Its considerable size makes it impractical to carry, so we've designed it to be mounted on pickup off-roaders instead. Whilst it needs a moment to charge before it can... And it will automatically track giant BTs and ghost mechs. It's truly unfortunate, but we have no choice but to rely on a necessary escalation to combat. But I must also reiterate that due to the destructive... In the wake of the Death Stranding, the research team to which I belong has worked to classify said phenomena, that we might determine which can be leveraged for practical applications. The Phantom Smith is also one of our number. The two of us shared a mentor, as it happens. The man responsible for developing the navigational systems of the DHV Magellan. His influence is largely why I study vehicles and related tech. We don't yet know why ghost mechs are able to operate outside of chiral network coverage, but we do have a working theory. And if the underlying principle... Fortunately, the cargo you've brought, I strongly suspect, will make rapid progress. Thank you. I'll be sure to... I intend to look into ways of ensuring we have any assistance you... Oh, before you go, a gift I was... This cargo will allow you to enhance... I'll need some time to prepare it for transport, though. I'll be sure to post the order by the time you...
Sam, our enemies have grown bolder and more. Chiral network coverage now stands in excess of 85% across us. We are already seeing indications of just a bit more, Sam. I know you and your comrades will finish what we've started, and to prepare for what's to come. Be advised, Sam, we need to talk about... I reviewed the contract between APAC, and by doing so, I was able to confirm that funding for Drawbridge was provided by none other than Bridges. Though they used intermediaries to obfuscate the transactions, Bridget is undoubtedly the source of your patron's funds. In other words, Drawbridge cannot be considered a... Should these details... Your attempts to integrate Mexico and Australia into the chiral network could be misconstrued as an expansionist. When I tasked Drawbridge with these missions, it was under the assumption that it was an... But I, APAC, and you yourselves may have all been deceived. I will continue to pursue this investigation for now.
Administering shock. Stand clear.
Just like old times.
Where are we?
This place does wonders for my mood. The repairs to the DHV Magellan are still ongoing, so I thought to return here and see if I couldn't make progress with our Lou investigation.
Learn anything new?
Well, at the Motherhood's facility, we managed to confirm that Lou's original serial number was none other than BB00. And this is what I found when I attempted to search for associated records. To build the chiral network, 9 sacrificial BBs were prepared. However, the network's original design required only 1. A single sacrificial BB unit facilitating chiral communications across the entire North American continent. This approach called for what was dubbed a core bridge baby, and BB00 was a lucky candidate assigned to play this role. However, Bridges subsequently abandoned the idea, their tests having failed to yield the desired results. And so it was that the model requiring multiple sacrificial BBs was ultimately adopted.
Meanwhile, Lou was placed into storage for an extended period. and for reasons yet unknown, inherited the identity of BB-28.
Records indicate that the Bridges research team was responsible for the reclassification.
Were they trying to cover up the earlier experiments by falsifying Lou's production year, perhaps? Or did Bridges have some other hidden agenda?
I'm afraid that remains unclear.
Well, we now know Lou was born 11 years ago. There may very well have been a connection with Neil.
You know, my fondness for this place isn't wholly nostalgic. It has the most delightful hot springs, you see. Though, truth be told, even they aren't my favorite thing about it. If you can find the time, you should come visit. Give the old bones a soak.
Oh, a warm bath does sound good.
Perfect treat for a weary traveler. Anyway, I'll see you aboard the Magellan.
Do you read me, Sam? I've relocated my hand at last, out there on the currents, bobbing along like before. Now that our connection has been re-established, but that won't be enough for what's coming. South Fort Knot is home to It so happens that they were instrumental in the construction of this fine just a few more access the South Fort Knot
Did you notice, Sam? You have a new pair of glasses. I'm not sure who left them here, but Pierre Southern of South Fort Knot, was it? To think his mentor was instrumental to the development of the DHV Magellans, one could go so far as to say... What's that?
You're the father.
Departing facility.
Hello, Sam. Feeling rested and refreshed? I finished preparing your next delivery for you. The equipment to it, you'll find it utilizes Oh, and my mentor also asked that you deliver a hearty good day to Tarman. Anyway, take on the main order and pick up the cargo.
Sam, I did a deep While it is indeed a civilian, the financing for that work appears to have come from Bridget's own accounts. Just like the funding for Drawbridge itself, it would be fair to say that this would make Charlie was involved in all of the relevant transactions. This only increases the likelihood. Of course, it now seems likely that Charlie does not exist. In which case, these actions may have actually been the work of APAC. If everything, including the extension of network infrastructure, was simply a pretext for territorial expansion, then it's plain our company has made a grave error. Further investigation is warranted, but that will require a little more time, as will the DHV Magellan's repairs, for that matter. This is a delicate situation that requires caution, and we cannot afford to ignore the threat that Higgs poses either. As such, your best course of action is to continue to undertake main orders and prioritize linking up the remainder of the continent. As always, I will contact you if and when I learn more. Don't let us down, Sam.
Feels good.
Order accepted. Thank you.
Sam, it's Deadman. Hartman is away on the beach, so I've taken the liberty of borrowing his Ha again. I've also been making use of my own time on the beach to scour the UCA database. As I told you before, it's much easier to get around it. We previously thought that BB00 was placed into... and that this was done by Bridges to conceal the existence of the Cord Bridge baby program from the... However, it turns out that and now we know what really happened. Bridges intended to decommission and dispose of They ensured that BB-00 was spared and sent to a storage facility. Per the official records, however, BB-00 was decommissioned. So, well, I determined which... It was registered to a Bridges member with the high... As you may have guessed, Sam, it was the leader of the first expedition, and she did it all.
It was Amelie. I can't believe she went to such lengths. It was thanks to her that you could even meet Lou in the first place, then.
Take care, Sam.
Delivery.
Gotcha. Thanks for the help.
You're waking up to face a brand new day. way would navigate. I'm waiting for you to be wait.
Now leaving chiral network coverage.
Thank you for visiting us.
Okay.
Bienvenido.
I'm making up my mind to not decide. You're living up to your
Hydration recommended.
The fateful forced its face upon the prize. I'm making excuses for my reprise.
Okay. Just a bit further now. Hook that one.
I'm helpless and hopeful to remain so.
Welcome back, Sam. I see you come bearing gifts. Just give me a moment to check your cargo. Struth, Sam. This cargo's in flawless condition. You're in a class of your own.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Here's a little something for you. We'll prep the main cannon for immediate use and look into making improvements to the other armament. It won't be long now till the DHV Magellan is fully up. Anyway, I'd better hurry. Thanks again.
Sam, your next objective will also be your last. Terminal Fort Knott. To put them on the grid, you'll first need to link up the Southern Environmental Observatory. It's safe to assume that this final step will be them. For now, you should rest in the private room.
Okay.
Construction process now complete.